Hi and welcome to another watch review. This one is about a Casio SGW-300 Age. Let me see if I can focus the case back. Yes, you can see clearly it's a module number 32002. It runs on a CR 2016 or 2016 battery, and um, approximately it runs for 3 years without replacement. In this first segment of the detailed review, I'm gonna show you what the watch looks like from the outside. As you can see, it's not a big watch, but it has a twin sensor on it, not as tough and resistant as the standard uh, Gshock watches. Its sensors fit in a less durable and less tough watch. Uh, it's made of this particular model is made of an aluminum and a resin uh, type of materials which are encased which encase the movement, and it's easily spotted just handling the case and the watch itself. Moving on to the um, watch functions and watch display. It's a full digital display. Lower bottom shows the current time, including the seconds. Uh, Upper shows the day, the date, and the month, current month. This is the when barometer uh, in function. This shows the weather. Is it cloudy or fine? But in the timekeeping mode, as you can see, it has 10 increments and 10 seconds count on this display over here, or as it Casio calls it, tide graph. Graph, excuse me. So let's move on to the functions of the watch. Uh, to scroll through the functions of the watch, you do it by pressing the mode button, except for the altimeter, which has a separate button. The light button is over here and the adjust button is over here, as it says on the outer bezel. So let's go, and the first mode is the barometer mode. As you can see, it says barometer mode. It measures the temperature and the pressure, and it says it's gonna be a cloudy, as you can see on the graph over here. Next up is the world time. You set the world time, or currently it's set to Kabul. Stopwatch mode, timer, and the alarm. It has 5 alarms, and they can be set separately. And as I'm returning back to timekeeping mode, you can hear the different pitch the watch makes. And listen to this. It's very different too. So you're in a timekeeping mode. As far as the altimeter mode goes, it has a separate button. By pressing the button, you enter the alti mode. Again, it measures the temperature and the altitude. To go back to timekeeping mode, just press the mode button, and that's pretty much it about the basic functions of the watch. And this is the watch itself from the outside. Also comes in a variation of colors, and the straps. This one is a stainless steel, but it has a resin type strap. So moving on to other functions of the watch. Configuring the home city setting. To enter this mode, you deep press the adjust button, and as you can see, the hold button will appear on the watch. And right now we are in the adjust mode. So as you can see, I'm set to Paris time, and using these two buttons I can switch between the time zones: Madrid, London, Lisbon, or whatever the time zone you're currently in. So I'm going back to my time zone, which is Paris time zone. Also, to set the daylight setting time, if your country has it, or there is one. Press the C button. As you can see, it starts to blink. Is the daylight setting time on or off? For me, it's on. So to shuffle between on and off, just press this button over here, Alt button, on or off. I'm gonna keep it on because I'm in the daylight saving time zone. So that's pretty much. So I've got my DST, I got my Paris time set, and that's pretty much it. To exit and get back to timekeeping mode, just press the adjust button again. And that's pretty much it. Configuring time and date setting. To enter this mode is pretty much similar to the home city adjustment. Deep pressing the adjust button, you go into the setting mode. To shuffle between these modes, we are pressing this button over here. So time zone setting, daylight saving time, and now we shuffle between 24-hour or a 12-hour format. So this is called the military or AM/PM setting. To shuffle between these two modes, we just press the D button over here. So as you can see, the P stars shows on the display or referring to PM. I'm gonna get back to my preferred time showing mode, and moving forward we are going to keeping or setting the time seconds currently, moving on to hours and then a minutes. By pressing all the time, I'm pressing this button over here. Now moving on to a year, it's 2018, so there's no need for me to check it or set it. Moving on to a month, it's 10th, it's October, so no need over there. The date 26th is today, and this is actually the button operation, or when I press any of these buttons, will the tone show, or will the tone be heard? So I want it, yes. This is the illumination duration setting. To do this, it shows pretty much how long do you want your light to be shown. I want it for 1 second, so I'm gonna keep it. To shuffle between this two, you press this button over here, and it can light up the display for 1 or 3 seconds. I'm gonna keep it at 1 second. Next up, it's the temperature unit. I'm gonna keep it to Celsius, but to replace it, you can press the Alt button and it will show in Fahrenheit. I'm gonna keep it in Celsius because that's my matrix is my I understand matrix better than American type units. Next up is the altimeter units. Right now it's blinking meters, but you can switch it to feet. I'm gonna keep it in meters. And then barometer units, also you can see I'm switching from hectopascals to, I don't know what it is, but I keep it in hectopascals, so that's the unit I know and I want to keep it in. To exit this mode, just press the adjust button, since we have adjusted everything we need, and we are going back to the timekeeping mode. So press this button and we have the watch back in timekeeping mode, or as we want it to. So that's pretty much it. Next, we move on to the next function. Barometer mode of this watch. We enter the barometer mode using the mode button, pressing the mode button once, and the watch, as is displayed on this secondary screen, says baro, and it measures the atmospheric pressure. Now it simultaneously runs the thermometer sensor, and the temperature is displayed on the bottom screen. Now, to get accurate readings of the temperature, the watch should be left on somewhere on the stand for about 15 minutes approximately, as the Casio instructions said themselves. So a few things to know about the barometer mode. In the first 3 minutes, the watch will take measures every 5 seconds, and then afterwards every 2 minutes. So as you can see, we have pressure shown over here, and this scale over here is reference scale for the barometer readings. Now I will zoom in to show what this scale is all about. So basically this scale over here, as it says on the watch screen, says cloudy, -5 and 5 fine. As I previously engaged the barometer mode, the watch itself took I don't know, let's say a reference reading, and then after every 5 seconds the watch takes another reading, and based on those changes it says what's the weather gonna be like. And we have these over here, these lines, and the further this line goes towards the fine, the weather will be fine, or it is gonna be getting better. And the same is for the other side. It says cloudy, so the weather is tend to get rainy, cloudy, and stuff like that. So basically, right now the watch is, as we can see, has a pressure reading that says the weather is going to be fine. To enter the altimeter mode, as you can see, we have on this watch a specified button on the standard timekeeping mode that says Alti button, unlike the barometer mode where you are scrolling through the modes using the this button mode, and the barometer is the first function of the watch. The altimeter button is a specified button. So let's press the Alti button and wait for the sensors to read out the height. As you can see, current readings are 465 or 470 meters as it was before, and the watch also takes the temperature reading as well as in barometer mode, so you have that information as well. Now a few things to know about the altimeter mode is the height is based on the pressure sensor as well. So to do an accurate reading of your temperature, or well, before that I would like to say that previous sensors in the Casio watches, such as this one, have the increments of 5. So when it comes to meters, it's about 5 meters. So 465, as you can see, as you saw previously, it was scrolling down between 465 and 470 meters. So in these newer models, the sensors are in 1 meter. So increments of 1 meter. In this previous models, it's in increments of 5 meters. So to get an accurate reading of your height or your altitude, you must have a reference point, and then using this button, you come into adjust mode, and then the watch will read out your height, 470 meters. As you can see, it starts to blink, and then we can adjust it using the increment of 5. So as well, if you have an very sensitive or very accurate device that measures your height, or you can use it to set the sensor of this watch when you're climbing, and then you'll have the most accurate reading of the height ever. So as well as barometer mode, to get to factory preset or calibration, just deep press these two buttons and watch will come to that mode. Press off, and as you can see, the watch is back to system settings or factory settings. To exit this setting mode, just press adjust button and the watch is back in the altimeter mode. To get back to timekeeping mode, just press once mode button and the watch is in standard timekeeping mode. Moving on to sensor calibration, or the calibration of the pressure sensor. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to show you the limitation of this sensor. It goes from 260 hectopascals to 1100 hectopascals, and when it's below or above that, three lines will appear showing that the readings are above or below the watch capabilities. When it comes to temperature sensor, it can measure the temperature below 10 degrees Celsius and plus 60 degrees Celsius. When it comes to above or below, it's same thing as the barometer mode. So now let's get down to calibrating the sensors. As you can see, we are currently in the barometer mode, so no need to get in that from timekeeping mode. To get back to timekeeping mode, just keep pressing the mode button until it gets to timekeeping mode. So deep pressing the adjust button, we have set hold, and now as you can see, the temperature starts to blink. And then to do the changes, we use the B or light or C, Alti button. As you can see, it will go in 0.1 degrees up and below. So I'm not gonna do that because my watch is a factory it has a factory preset, or it was factory made, and the sensors were calibrated in the factory, so no need to do that. Now to shuffle between the temperature and the barometer adjusting, just press the mode button, and then as you can see, I can calibrate the watch sensors. To do factory calibration or factory reset, just press these two buttons and hold them. Actually, not these two, just these two buttons, light and altis. And then there it is. It says off. To exit the calibration mode, just press adjust button, and that's pretty much it. The watch is back in the standard barometer mode. That's it when it comes to barometer. Moving on to another function. The alarm mode on this watch is used for you go into alarm mode by pressing the mode button until the alarm is shown on the secondary screen above. So you can see we're switching, and now we are in alarm mode. To shuffle between these 5 alarms, press the Alti button shown on the outer bezel. As you can see, I'm scrolling between alarms and the signal. Now to adjust the alarm, I've chosen the alarm number 1, set the alarm using the adjust button and depressing. Now whilst I'm in that mode, I'm gonna use these two buttons to increase or decrease the value or the time I want the alarm to be shown or the alarm to go off. Now I'm gonna leave it back at the 9 o'clock. Now pressing the button again will go back to the mode, and that's pretty much it. Now using this button, I can turn the alarm on and off. Alarm number 1, still don't forget it, on and off, and that's pretty much it. Now to shuffle between these between these 5 alarms, again I'm pressing the Alt button. Now I'm gonna keep my alarm at 9 o'clock on. Also forgot to show you how to set the minutes by pressing this button over here. I'm switching to minutes, and then again using these two buttons, shuffling between the 59 to 60 minutes. Again pressing this one, shuffling between the alarms, and then I come to signal. to set the signal, as you can see, on and off. This is the hourly time signal, and you can adjust it as well, so it would go off, I don't know, every 12:15, 11:15, 10:15, and so on. I did it then as an hourly signal, and the it's shown over here as this one, this bell on the bottom. So that's pretty much it. Going back to timekeeping mode by pressing the mode button, and that's the alarm mode and the signal mode explained. Button operation tone, that's the actually button that makes the sound the buttons make when I press every one of these buttons. To mute that button or allow it to beep in timekeeping mode, press the adjust button, and now we shuffle between these modes by pressing the C button until we get to this is the year, everything's fine, and then here it is, it's a key, and then by pressing this one, as you can see on the bottom, there's this tone or note that's being crossed, so that says the watch is in, the buttons are mute, but I want to keep that tone, so by pressing the everything's fine and pressing the adjust button, I'm gonna go back to timekeeping mode and keep everything as it's supposed to be, as I like it. And to wrap up this video, I didn't show those I didn't show the world time or the stopwatch and countdown timer, because those things are pretty much intuitive and easy to figure out. I based my video or tutorial, as I would like to call it, on the more important stuff, and that this watch is actually all about, such as the altimeter and the barometer mode. Thanks for watching, and please do comment and subscribe if you have anything to say or add to this video, and I will comment also below. Thanks for watching.